Imagine having a 3-month food stockpile that can feed your family and give you peace of mind without breaking the bank. Ready to learn how? Hey everyone, welcome back to the Economic Survival Guide, and today we're going to tackle a topic that's more important than ever: how to build a 3-month food stockpile on a budget. Whether you're prepping for emergencies, looking to save money on groceries, or just wanting peace of mind, I'm going to show you exactly how to stockpile essential foods without overspending. So let's jump in. The first thing you need to do before heading to the store is create a plan. You don't want to just buy random items and end up with things you won't use. The goal here is to build a practical stockpile with items that you'll actually eat. So, start by writing down what your family eats regularly. This is going to help you figure out what to buy, and it'll prevent you from wasting money on things that will just sit on the shelf. You want to aim for a 3-month supply, but remember, you don't have to do it all at once. Next, create a shopping list based on the essentials you need. Focus on long-lasting, non-perishable items like rice, beans, canned vegetables, and pasta, foods that can be used in lots of different meals. These are the staples that will stretch your budget and keep you stocked for the long haul. Now, when it comes to stockpiling, buying in bulk is one of the smartest ways to save money. Stores like Costco, Sam's Club, or even your local grocery store often offer bulk discounts on things like rice, pasta, canned goods, and even flour. For example, buying a 10-pound bag of rice costs a fraction of what you'd pay if you bought smaller bags every week. Same goes for beans, pasta, and other staples. The initial cost might seem a little high, but trust me, you're getting way more value in the long run. Just make sure you're storing these items properly. Use airtight containers to keep everything fresh, and always check expiration dates. This way, you're not wasting any of that bulk purchase. Alright, one of the easiest ways to build your stockpile on a budget is to keep an eye out for sales. Every grocery store runs weekly sales on different items, and that's when you want to stock up. For example, if canned vegetables are 50% off this week, buy extra and add them to your stockpile. And don't forget about coupons. Whether you're clipping paper coupons or using a digital app like Flip, coupons can save you a lot on things like pantry staples and bulk items. Just a few dollars off here and there really adds up when you're stocking up. It's all about strategy. Get those sales, use those coupons, and stock up on the things you use most. Now let's talk about the kinds of foods you should focus on. When you're building a stockpile for the long term, shelf-stable foods are going to be your best friend. These are foods that can last for months or even years if stored properly. So what should you buy? Focus on items like rice, beans, oats, canned fruits and vegetables, pasta, and flour. You can make dozens of meals from these ingredients, and they have a long shelf life. And the best part is, these are all super affordable. You don't have to spend a fortune to get a solid supply of food that will last you through any emergency. Food is important, but water is essential. A lot of people overlook this when they're building a stockpile, but the truth is, you need to store enough water for your family too. The rule of thumb is to have at least 1 gallon of water per person per day. For a 3-month supply, that's about 90 gallons per person. You can buy bottled water, but large reusable containers are a more cost-effective option if you're storing water for the long term. Just make sure you're rotating your water supply every 6 months to keep it fresh. Once you've started building your stockpile, keeping it organized is key. You don't want to end up with expired food you forgot about. That's why the FIFO method, first in, first out, is so important. Always place the newer items behind the older ones, so you're using the ones with the closest expiration date first. Label everything with the date you bought it or its expiration date, so there's no guesswork. And every few months, do a quick check to make sure you're rotating things properly. And here's a bonus tip for those of you who want to take your stockpile even further. Start preserving your own food. Canning, freezing, and dehydrating are all great ways to extend the life of fresh produce and save money. Buy produce when it's in season and cheap, then preserve it for later. For example, buy a bunch of tomatoes or green beans in the summer, can them or freeze them, and you've got fresh produce all year round, without paying the premium prices when it's out of season. It's a great way to build up your stockpile while saving money in the long run. So, that's how you can build a 3-month food stockpile without blowing your budget. It's all about planning, shopping smart, and focusing on long-lasting essentials. Now, it's your turn to give these tips a try and start building up your own pantry. If you found this video helpful, make sure to give it a thumbs up and share it with your friends. And don't forget to subscribe to Economic Survival Guide for more tips on how to save money, prepare for emergencies, and live frugally without sacrificing your quality of life. Let me know in the comments. Are you starting your stockpile today? And what's the first item you're adding?